Hello, it's Nicole Moore here, love coach extraordinaire, founder of Love Works, here with the live video, which I haven't done a lot of these lately, but I felt really inspired, I felt really called to come on here and just share a video about fear in your love life. You know, I've been talking to a lot of clients lately. I've been sending messages to them, and you know, I have a lot of clients, so I constantly am hearing about the love lives of women, and I get to hear what's really going on in their head and what's really going on in their hearts. Give me 1 second. I'm just sharing this within the Love Works Life Facebook group as well. It's fear ruining your love life, and you know, I see the same thing over and over and over and over again. So I have clients from all over the world. I have clients who are all different ages, you name it, backgrounds, really successful, living at home with their parents, like all different kinds of women I see, and I get the privilege of being able to work with and help in their love lives. And here's the thing, you know, I'm a student of A Course in Miracles, which is a metaphysical text, and one of the things that I love that they say, which is such a good affirmation, and I find it to be so helpful in my life, like one of the most helpful things I've ever heard in my entire life to help me have what I want. And the thing that it says is this: you think you have many problems, but you just have one. You think you have many problems, but you just have one. So I want you to think about your love life right now and think about whatever problem you're seeing in your love life, from I am not dating at all, I'm afraid to date, the guy's not committing, he's not calling me, I'm freaking out, I'm pushing my guy away, I feel like I'm gonna be alone forever, I wanna have babies and I feel like I'm getting older, I don't have my man yet, my boyfriend cheated on me, I'm afraid I'm gonna be trapped in a relationship, like whatever, all of those problems, because we tend to look at our love life and we think we have so many problems, right? And what if you knew that you really only had one? What if the only problem ever to solve was fear? So as A Course in Miracles says, you think you have only one, you think you have many problems, but you only have one. The wrong problem that we have is that we believe we're separate from love in the first place. We believe that love is outside of us. It's something that we have to seek and struggle to get, and then maybe we'll get it if we're worthy. And what I want you to know deep in your heart is that there's another quote that sometimes it's attributed to A Course in Miracles, sometimes it's attributed to Rumi, but no matter where it came from, it's true. Your task is not to seek for love. Your task is to seek and remove all the barriers to love's coming. So when you were born, you knew how to love. When you were born, you knew you were worthy of love. Even if you don't remember it, just trust me on this. I have a 2-year-old son, and one of the most amazing things is that I get to see every single day what we look like when we're first born. And I get to see through him, wow, when we're first born, we're naturally confident. I forgot about that natural confidence for so many years of my life. When we're first born, we naturally feel worthy. You know, we went to the supermarket, and the supermarket that we go to, they have like these little tiny shopping carts so kids can, you know, shop with their parents. And so we went to the shopping cart and like, okay, Luke, we're gonna go shopping. And we came to the aisle where they have the kids' food, like little food for toddlers. And there's these like containers that he likes, and then there's like little puffs. And I always get him the one that has the green container, and it's like spinach and something else. And so he went over there and he saw the puffs, and he grabbed the spinach puffs and he put them in his cart. And then there was like about 5 different colors. Like there was purple and red and yellow and orange. And I saw him, and he looked and he noticed that there were other flavors, and he went and he grabbed one of each flavor and he put them in his cart until he had 6 in his cart. Now, I see the world in a kind of different way. I'm always thinking about how everything applies to love, and I'm always just watching for all the life lessons. So when he did this, I said, wow, Nicole, stop and pay attention. This is a life lesson. Look at how this child has no fear to ask for more. Look at how this child isn't just sitting there asking, am I worthy of having all of these? Can I get them? No, he just puts them in his little cart, and then he wheeled the cart up to, you know, where the checkout thing, and he goes, bye, mommy, bye. And he asked for me to buy it. And I didn't buy all the stuff because he literally filled like a whole shopping cart. I distracted him. I said, oh, let's go get flowers. And my husband, Mike, he got the rest of our groceries. So, but the point is, that's just an example of how when we're born, it just got really dark in here, you guys. I hope you can still see me. It's kind of dark and I don't have a light on me. Anyway, oh, that got better when I waved my arms. When we're born, we feel worthy to ask for more. When we're born, we feel confident in who we are. When we're born, we feel worthy of love. So why is it that now, as an adult woman, you might be struggling in your love life if you're struggling? You think you have many problems, but you only have one. Every single problem that you have in your love life, the root cause is fear. Fear took hold somewhere along the way, and there is a voice of fear in your head, and you're listening to it now, and it's driving your decisions in your love life, and it's driving how you think, and it's driving your emotions, and it's at the root of why your love life isn't working as it should be. So what I want you to do is I want you to write down every single problem that you believe you have in your love life. So think about why your love life isn't ideal right now. If it's no men are swiping me online or whatever. Every single problem that you have, write that down. And then I want you to ask yourself, how is this really just fear? How is this really just fear? Oh, big love to you, Jessica from the UK. How is this really just fear? So, for example, attracting unavailable men, that's fear. Trust me, I've helped so many unavailable women, I can't even count, break that pattern and find a super committed, amazing man and husband. And at the end of the day, if you're attracting unavailable men, what that has to do with is you have fears on the inside of feeling certain emotions, so you keep attracting the men who are afraid of feeling certain emotions. Not feeling good enough for the kind of guy that you want. I'm afraid I'm not good enough. Not getting any dates at all. Somewhere in you, you're fearing that men are going to hurt you or leave you or something, and so you're creating this energetic block that's blocking out all of the love. So if you see all the problems in your love life and you recognize that every single problem that you're having is only fear, it's because of fear, it's because you've let fear become your guide. And the voice of fear is so insidious. The thing is, it sounds like the voice in our head. It doesn't, you don't hear a fear thought like, oh, maybe you're not good enough. Maybe you're never going to find love. And we don't realize it's fear. We just think it's the truth. So we hear the voice in our head. It tells us we can't have the love that we want. We're not worthy of it. We're never going to get it, blah, 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 blah. And we listen to it. And in case you haven't noticed, when you listen to the voice of fear, it always leads you to not having what you want. So what's the solution? The solution is love. The solution has always been love. The solution will always be love. If you think about it, what your desire is a beautiful love life. It's a beautiful love relationship. It's love with a really great man or woman or whatever you're wanting. The thing you want is love, right? That's why you're here. That's why you're watching this video. That's why you're in my community. The thing that you want is love. So doesn't it just kind of make sense that the way to get there is love? What do I mean by that? Let me break it down for you. What do I mean by love? Because I believe there's a way of operating differently in the world, differently than 99% of women are operating. 99% of women are operating in the realm of fear. They're trying to find love, but they're doing it from fear. They're trying to find love, but their communication is laced with fear. Their actions are coming from fear. They're afraid they're not going to get what they want. They're afraid they're not worthy of it. They're afraid they just can't have it. So all they're doing is creating more fear. And when I say creating more fear, I mean relationships not working, getting hurt in love, the guy leaving or cheating or you not meeting anyone else. Any undesirable result that you could have in your love life, anything other than you having an amazing relationship with the person who's a match for you, that is the result of fear, not the result of love. So if you want to find love, it requires operating a certain way. You know, there's it seems like it's unrelated to love, but it's not. If you're studying trying to make money, right? One of the biggest books that they recommend for studying how to make money is a book called The Science of Getting Rich. And in The Science of Getting Rich, it's all about how do you make money. There's this thing that so many people all over the world struggle with, making money. And this book tells you how to make money. If you want to make money, go get the book. And the author says money is the result of operating in a certain way. And the author says, if you will just operate in this certain way, if you will think in this certain way, if you will act in this certain way, if you will be in this certain way, I guarantee you the result of money will come to you. And it's the same thing with love, although we don't often recognize it. There is a way to be in love that generates the result of love on the outside. There is a way to communicate in love that generates the result of love on the outside. There is a way to think in love that generates the result of love on the outside. So if you operate in a certain way in love, the result is naturally an amazing love relationship. The problem is in love, it's so complicated, right? Nobody teaches us, how do you think with love, right? How do you think with love? The world teaches us fear. The world teaches us to be afraid and think with fear and always be watching out for disaster. How do you speak with love? Nobody teaches that. Nobody teaches you how to speak with love. Again, we just learn how to speak based on what our parents say or what we learn in society, and most of that is not loving communication. Have you seen the internet lately? If you have any doubt that the majority of communication out there, spoken or written, is fear-based, go on the internet and you'll see this, right? Go on dating apps and you'll see how many people on there are in a state of fear. And nobody teaches us how to be love, how to be a presence that emits love, that radiates love, that's living in a field of love. And what I've done over the past 10 years is I've learned how to make love work. That's why my company is called Love Works. I set out on this quest to figure out systematically, how do I make this thing that the entire world thinks is complicated? How do I make this thing that almost everybody seems to have a miserable time at the end of the day and fail at? How do I make this thing work? And what I figured out is, just like, you know, the science of getting rich, there's a science of getting love. There is a particular science, a particular method. If you operate in a certain way, if you think in a certain way, if you speak in a certain way, if you be in a certain way, the natural result is love. And the way to do that is starting with love. So I want you to write down, again, all the problems that you think you have in the area of love and relationships and dating. Go ahead and write them down. Please don't be depressed after you do that. Some of you might have a really long list, but go ahead and write down every single problem that you think you have in love. And then remember, you think you have many problems, but you only have one. The only problem is that you've chosen fear to be your guide, and you're attempting to get love from a fearful place. You're attempting to get love using fearful communication or fearful actions. And the way to love is through love. So after you see every single problem, then what I want you to ask yourself is, where are my fearful thoughts? Like, can I find my fearful thoughts? So for example, if one of your problems is, I'm going online and none of the guys are matching me and there's all ugly losers and I hate this and I want to quit online dating. The problem is not out there. The problem is in here. And I want you to ask yourself, how is this really just a manifestation of fear? How is this problem really just a manifestation of fear? And I'm asking you to go deep. You know what? I don't even pretend in any of my videos anymore to be anything other than super deep, intense person that's actually going to give you the real work and not hold back and not give you little shiny tricks that are going to trick you into thinking it works, because the real work is the deep inner work, okay? So that's what I like to give you. And if you watch this, then you're probably part of my tribe and you probably get it and you like to go deep anyway. So how is this just a manifestation of fear? And then the question after that is, what are my fearful thoughts that are creating the situation? So think about it. How is me getting no matches online and everyone's an ugly loser? How is that just a manifestation of fear? What are my fearful thoughts that are contributing to this situation? And you might realize, okay, well, it could be a lot of things. Maybe I'm afraid I'm going to get hurt again. And so this is a way to not have to let anybody in. Maybe I'm afraid all men just want sex. And so that's what I'm attracting. Maybe I'm afraid I'm never going to meet anyone as good as my ex. And so I'm creating that situation where I'm not meeting anyone good. There's a lot of reasons it could be, but every single one of those is a fear. And then the question after that would be, what, if any, of my fearful actions are creating this result? So maybe you are being like too selective with men and you're not letting anyone in, and so you're thinking they're all crappy guys, but they're not. Maybe you're thinking that you have to know if a guy's your husband right away from seeing his online dating profile, which, by the way, that's a manifestation of fear, because some part of you believes that you have to control the process, and if you don't know if he's your husband right away, you're not going to be safe. So there's a lot of ways how fear could be taking a hold of your love life. So once you discover all of the ways that fear is really at the root of every single problem in your love life, the next step would be to ask for love to be let in. So A Course in Miracles says, love will enter into any mind that's truly willing. When your mind is filled with love, your life is filled with love. When your mind is filled with love, your life is filled with love. So many years back, I started this practice of asking my mind to be filled with love. And I would give the thoughts in my head over, and I say Holy Spirit. That's what A Course in Miracles recommends, but you could say inner goddess, you could say higher self, you could say God, you could say universe, you could just say, I don't really know what I'm handing this over to, but I'm going to hand this over, right? So I would say, Holy Spirit, I see a bunch of fear-based thoughts in my mind. I understand that the way I'm thinking about this is messing things up. The way I'm thinking about this is really fearful, and I don't know how to shift it. So Holy Spirit, please come into my mind. I want to see things as you would see them. I want to see the situation with love. Please help me to see the situation with love. And I would sit there, and you can do this with every single problem that you think you are facing in your love life. Sit there and ask. So again, using the example earlier, I'm going online and there's no matches and no one's asking me out and there's only creepy losers. So you would figure out how you're creating that result due to fear-based thoughts or actions or way of being. And then you would ask, please help me to see this with love. How could I see this differently? Please help me to see this differently. And you would sit there, and I literally imagine that the energy of love is coming into my mind and it's filling all the spaces and crevices in my mind. And I try and look for the loving thought. Now, A Course in Miracles says the ego speaks first and loudest. The ego's on a loudspeaker in your mind. Why? Because the voice of fear, which is the ego, is not true. It only survives because you pay attention to it. It's like the Wizard of Oz. Oz was this tiny little man behind a big projector, and he had to make this craziness to be taken seriously. That's the ego. So the only weapon that fear has is getting you to pay attention to it. Fear hooks your attention and it steals power from your attention, okay? Fear grows because you pay attention to it. If you watch a scary movie and there's a killer that's, I don't know, calling you on the phone and saying, I'm gonna come get you, and then killing you. If you pay attention to that, what's gonna happen? I guarantee the next week you're in your house and the phone rings and you're gonna be like, you're gonna be afraid because you paid attention and it made fear grow in you and it hooked in you, and now your mind is on that. So fear has no power except when we give it attention, right? So love is actually the more powerful force, but love is the force that doesn't scream or shout to make itself known. It's there. It's always within you. There's a voice of love within you. It will always be there. It's waiting for you to pay attention to it. And it's not shouting because it's the truth. It's kind of just waiting there. Like love is like, okay guys, I'm here. Whenever you want to realize that I'm the truth, like I'm chilling. That's love, right? It's just like leans back. I know I'm the truth. I don't need to shout. I'm here. And it's within you. And so what I would start doing is I would hand over all of this crazy fear. I would ask for the voice of love, and I would start hearing wisdom. And it felt softer, and it felt more peaceful, and it felt like the truth. And I would write it down, and I would instantly feel better. I would instantly feel soothed, and that was my indication that that was the truth. And then I had to follow the truth. I had to pay more attention to the truth. I had to give my power to the truth, which is love. See, the more you focus on love, attention is the power, okay? Your attention is the power source. And whatever you give it to is the thing that is powered up in your life. It's the thing that's created in your life. So I started giving my power of my attention to love, asking every single day to have my mind be reoriented to love. And I started doing this where I would turn over my fears, I would turn them around, I would ask for the loving perspective, I would start to see with love. And what happened was, over time, I just kind of shifted. I don't know how to explain it. Like I shifted, where all of a sudden, the more loving thoughts were the more automatic thoughts. All of a sudden, I just saw the world differently, and I could speak with love, and I could act with love, and I could be love. And that was what I was vibrating. I was vibrating at a different level. Before, I used to vibrate at fear and insecurity. Even Mike was telling me, my husband Mike was telling me, he was watching a video that I did. You probably see them on YouTube. He was watching a video that I did like earlier on, you know, like, I don't know, 6 years ago or something. And he said, even then I could tell like your energy field is so much bigger now. It's because I just keep doing this over and over again. I just keep letting go of the fears and letting more love in. And when you do this, this is not like the sexiest video in the world, you guys. I'm not telling you that there's some one magical thing you can do to melt his heart forever and make him yours or anything like that. I'm telling you what really actually truly works. The only thing that will ever, 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 ever work to have sustainable love with the right person over a very long period of time is you choosing love, is you letting go of the fears that pollute your mind, thereby pollute your emotions, thereby pollute your actions, where you either take action from fear or you hold back due to fear and block yourself off. That's the only way it'll ever change. You think you have many problems, but you only have one. Every single problem that you have ever faced in your love life and that you will ever face in your love life is only due to mistakenly believing that the voice of fear in your head is real. So I'm on a mission to change how women do love. I'm on a mission to help women actually be love on the inside. I'm on a mission to help women think with love in their minds, so they can feel with love in their hearts, so they can act with love in their actions, and they can speak with love. And what happens is they become this living, walking love. And from that place, believe it or not, romantic love is actually very easy. Like, romantic love used to be the hardest thing in my life. Now, it's honestly the easiest thing in my life. Like, it's not that I don't do my love work, but I don't give I hardly give the area of, like, it's not a problem is what I'm saying. Like, it's not taking all of my attention in the sense that it's this huge problem. But I remember a time when my love life problems seemed to take over my entire life, whether it was drama in a relationship or not having the right one or being lonely or crying because I was alone. Like, it seemed to take over my entire life when I was suffering in love. And that's honestly part of the reason why I became a love coach and built this now huge love coaching business, because I knew that when I was disempowered in my love life and when the problems in my love life were taking over my entire life and I couldn't concentrate at work because I was having drama with my boyfriend and I couldn't be a good friend because I was like so upset from crying all night or whatever, that was stopping me from going out there and really living my purpose and really being me. And what I figured out was, when women have love life handled, when women are with the right partner, when they have the right tools to make a relationship work, when love life becomes not only the best area of their life, but the most drama-free area of their life, and love life is just running, it's kind of like that plate is spinning, it's running on its own, it's good. You just need to zhuzh it up a little bit every now and then, but it's good. It's just consistently good. You have all this energy to go ahead and do whatever else it is you're meant to do in the world. I've said this before. When I met my husband, Mike, I tripled my business. I tripled my income. Tripling is a lot. It was already over 6 figures, you guys. So can you imagine the multiplication by 3? It's a lot, because I had that area of my life handled. And that plate of amazing love started spinning, and now it's spinning, and it doesn't require a large amount of focus and attention. I maintain it though, don't get me wrong. I maintain my love life. I maintain my loving thoughts. I continue to clean as I go. I let go of the fear as I go. I let go of fear every single day. I let go of thoughts that don't serve me every single day so I can stay in the right vibration. But my love life isn't a problem. It's not taking up my focus and my attention and therefore my power. So I'm on a mission to move the world to a different place by moving women in relationships to a different place. Instead of showing up as some broken woman, not that you are broken, but you might feel that way. Some broken woman who's insecure and worrying that she can't have the love that she wants and not feeling worthy and in total fear and going to crazy town with guys and pushing them away. Instead of being that woman who is not who you are in truth, but hello, raise your hand if that's how you've been, and maybe 9 out of 10 of your friends, or maybe all of them, show up in love. I know I used to be in total crazy town in love. I'm on a mission to move women from showing up in that place in their love lives to showing up as love goddesses. Goddess, because you are worthy in truth. Goddess, because you are divine. Goddess, because you are worthy of divine love. When you show up as a love goddess, when you understand that you are the most powerful person in your life, and that if you show up in a certain way, if you think in a certain way, which is love, if you act in a certain way, which is love, if you speak in a certain way, which is love, if you be in a certain way, which is love, if you are coming from that place in your life, if your shoulders are leaned back because you know your true divine worth, if you understand, I really am a goddess, that means I deserve everything. That means I'm worthy of reverence. That means I am above having drama in my love life. Do you understand? If you were actually a goddess, think of goddesses that you might know of. Kuan Yin, Kali, Ishtar, any one of them. If you were actually that and you came to earth, you would probably look down at all the drama, not look down as in you're not worthy, but like we tend to think of goddesses as being in an elevated position. So that's why I'm using that language. If you look down and see all the drama that people are getting into, and you're this goddess woman, and you're seeing, oh my God, the women of Earth are kind of operating crazy in their love lives. Why are they feeling so unworthy? Don't they know how worthy they are? Why are they struggling so much? Don't they know what they're meant for? Why are they accepting so much less than what they deserve? Why are they screaming and being needy and being insecure when they can just communicate? To ask for what they want. Like, you would probably, if you were that goddess, be like appalled from love, right? But appalled at why are these women acting this way and settling for so much less than they deserve. So I'm on a mission to elevate women, not because I'm higher above, but because I'm with you saying, let's go here together. I know what it's like to operate in insecurity and crazy town in love, and I also know what it's like to operate as a love goddess. And I'm on a mission to help women elevate into their rightful position, into their true position, and show you the way of love, how to think in a certain way, be in a certain way, speak in a certain way, act in a certain way. So who you are is love, and you let go of the fear. And I'm going to tell you, from that place, incredible love is possible. It really is. It's not like this crazy thing that only a certain amount of people can get. It's available to everyone, but you have to choose it, and you have to choose it consistently, day after day, and you have to be willing to let go of your fears. So I want to make an invitation for those of you who feel called to check out, I put some information here about the Love Goddess membership. This is a movement. This is a tribe. This is something that's going to, for a lot of women, shift their energy, raise their vibration, hold them in an energy that's going to help you let go of the fears and raise your vibration to love and know how to operate in love in a way that actually results in love. not operating in fear and then wishing and hoping that you'll somehow find love, but operating in love. So the Love Goddess membership is a monthly membership. It's available to anyone. You don't have to be a client of mine previously. You can be somebody totally new. You can be a client of mine. It's for everyone. It's for women who are single. It's for women who are in relationships. The purpose of the membership is to hold you in a container, to give you a tribe, to give you monthly trainings, support with my Love Works coaches, to really have you feel like we have your back, and this is your one-stop resource to figure out how do you make your love life work. We have 18 hours of bonus content and videos and audios already in there. And then every single month, there's going to be a topic, a theme of the month, like communication, sex, conflict resolution, getting him to treat you like a queen, all of that stuff, dating, whether it's in your relationship or being single. Every single month there's going to be a theme, and we're going to dive in together with a monthly training, then a meditation or energy healing track. Those of you who were just in my magnetic manifesting course, they received 2 audios, a subconscious mind reprogramming for love and a subconscious mind reprogramming for money. And they're already raving about how powerful these audios are. And the honest truth is, you guys, yesterday, I played my own subconscious money reprogramming track, and I sat there and I listened to it, and I was like, oh my God, this is good. Like, I could feel the power of it. So things like that are going to be coming every single month, where you're going to be getting subconscious mind reprogramming tracks and meditations to automatically clear your mind of fears and lift your vibration. You're going to get a clip from the archives every single month that is in line with the monthly training, and office hours with my Love Works coaches. So time to either call in or type your question in and get coaching and training from my Love Works coaches. So you get a lot of support, but more than that, this is a tribe. This is a movement. This is women who are raising their hand proudly saying, yes, I'm a love goddess. I operate differently than most women. I'm choosing to elevate myself into this position so I can have the best man and the best relationship possible. So I included info here if you want to check it out. There's a founding members special rate, which is incredibly, incredibly low. And we're opening the doors officially starting in April. If you join now, you get access to all the bonuses, and then we will close the doors. So check it out. You'll know if it's right for you. Your heart will tell you. But do the exercises I recommended in this video. Just doing those alone will tremendously, tremendously support you in understanding how fear is running the show in your love life, and then be willing to let love in. I know it's not the sexiest answer in the world, and I know part of you would probably rather go to YouTube and Google a video on how to make him want you in 10 seconds or less, or some bullshit like that. But I'm going to promise you, love will give you everything you ever wanted in your life. Love is the magic ingredient. It's the reason why we're all here. And I believe that every single woman deserves to have her relationship plate, her love life plate, spinning, operating well, just good, just amazing, just great. So then you can free up your energy to be a mom if you want to be a mom, or to be a businesswoman, or to do whatever else you want to do. But drama in your love life should not be taking up all of your life. Your love life should be the most amazing foundation to go and do whatever else you want in your life. So choose love. It's the only thing that ever works. I hope you enjoyed this video. And if you're called, I would love to welcome you as a member in the Love Goddess Tribe.